Here. Hey, do you know what time it is? Hey, do you know how to tell time? Now I'm going to show you a clock, and then I'm also going to show you how to write this time. So if you take a look at this clock, the long minute hand is pointing to the 12, so we know that is 0 minutes. And the hour hand, the short hand, is pointing to the 3, so we know it is 3 o'clock. I'm going to show you what 3 o'clock looks like when you write it down. This is 3 o'clock. So the 3, which is the hour, comes first, and then 2 dots, one at the top, one at the bottom, and we put 0, 0 because 0 minutes have went by. So this is how you write 3 o'clock. Now I'm going to show you another time on our clock, and I'm going to show you how to write this time. If you look, the short hour hand is pointing to the 11, so we know the hour is 11. And the minute hand is pointing to the 6, so we remember that 6 means 30 minutes has passed by. So this time is 11:30. Now I'm going to show you what that looks like when we write it down. So just like the last time, the 11, which is our hour, comes first, and then the 2 dots, one at the top and one at the bottom, and then our minutes, which we know is 30 because our minute hand is pointing to the 6. So 11:30. That is how you would write that time. So right now I'm going to give you a couple different times on our clock, and I'm going to show you a clock. And I'd like you to grab a blank piece of paper and a pencil. And when you see my clock, you can try to write down what time it is. So you know the hour comes first, and then the 2 dots, one on top and one on the bottom, and then the minutes. And our minutes are only going to be 0, which means the minute hand is pointing to the 12, or 30, which means the minute hand is pointing to the 6. Okay, here is your first time. So our minute hand is pointing to the 12, and our hour hand is pointing to the 5. Try to write down what time you think this is showing. This clock is showing that it is 5 o'clock. All right, I have another time for you. My minute hand is pointing to the 6, and my hour hand is pointing to the 9. Try to write down what time you think this is showing. This clock is showing that it is 9:30. Now I have a different time for you. The minute hand is pointing to the 6, so we need to remember what that means. And the hour hand is pointing to the 3. Try to write down what time you think this is showing. This clock is showing that it is 3:30. All right, I have one last time for you. So the minute hand is pointing to the 12, and the hour hand is pointing to the 7. Try to write down what time this is showing. This clock is showing that it is 7 o'clock. So today you learned a lot about the hour hand and the minute hand and what they do on our clock. And you also practiced writing the time down. So you guys did a great job. Now, before I end this video, I made a clock I used paper plates, but you can use paper for this. And I also cut it to help me remember what 12 means. 12 means 0 minutes. That means you say 3 o'clock. And 6 means 30 minutes. So I'm going to make another video showing how I made this clock, just in case you want to make one yourself.